What's up, nerds? Welcome to Chapter 4 of the Unvaulted Podcast. I am your host, Squatingdog. But when I get sunburnt for simply taking my dog on a walk, my wife calls me the bald lobster. Love you too, honey. Today, we have someone who literally had their face in New York Square. She is fun, smart, and an incredibly goated Fortnite player. She definitely has more wins than you. If you are looking for a pick-me-up online, stop by our community who will welcome you with open arms. We are talking about the none, the other, Wait, what is that? What is the term? The one and only. None? What did I even say? The one and only SparklesQT. Welcome. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. How are you guys?
Doing well, doing well. And we can't forget we have Poor Take PM making us all sound better than we actually do. What's up,
Yes.
PM?
What up?
Sparkles, thank you for being on this podcast. How you feeling coming into this?
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Not nervous. Yeah, just chilling.
Good.
I'm actually a little tired. I don't know. I didn't sleep very good last night, I don't think. But I'm here. I'm vibing.
We actually had a earthquake in California. And I woke up and our whole apartment was shaking. It was wild.
Was it a bad one?
It wasn't bad, but we were just more closer to the point of where it started. But I woke up and it was like...
That's so weird. I've never felt one.
It's wild. It's like really weird. But I think people are a little more terrified of them than they need to be. Because it's just kind of like, you just do this and then it's over. It's like, great.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. It's not that crazy.
Until the big one happens.
Yeah.
Until the big one, yeah. Just imagine. That would suck.
God.
When we get started on these, we have a nice little segment, Sparkles. And so before we start asking who you are and all that good stuff, we'd love to get you involved with Hipfire. Have you heard of Hipfire?
I have not. Tell me about it.
Hipfire is a quick gut reaction question game. The only wrong questions are the answers that take you longer than a second to say.
Oh, God.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. PM is going to hit us with some intense music. Remember, fast questions are the better answers.
I feel like I'm fighting the boss at Citadel.
Yeah. Exactly.
Here comes the music. Oh, God.
All right. We'll start you off with an easy one. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Best movie to ever exist?
Shawshank Redemption.
Full heavy shotgun loadout or full DMR loadout?
Heavy shotgun.
Bad breath or bad body odor?
Bad breath.
Sorry, Sparkles. QT is taken. What is your new and improved screen name?
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Uh-oh, I don't know.
Can I skip?
Bad haircut or bad dye job?
Bad dye. Wait, what was it?
Bad dye or bad haircut?
Dye.
Pineapple not on pizza or pineapple not on pizza?
Pineapple pizza.
Name the 3 best Fortnite outfits of all time.
Party Diva. I like the Ariana Grande skin. And Dusty.
What is your professional opinion on the Fortnite Kraken?
I don't know what that is.
When is your Fortnite icon outfit coming out?
2024.
You're given a baby giraffe. You cannot get rid of it due to a family heirloom. What do you do with it?
I can't get rid of it? Keep it. What do you mean? I would just keep it.
A solid Valentine's Day date or 1,000 free crown wins?
I'll take a crown wins. I'll take my crown wins.
Like, screw Valentine's Day. I want 1,000 free crown wins.
My birthday is like literally 6 days after Valentine's Day, so yeah. I get a dinner anyways.
There you go. You did great. You were the first person to skip, which
I
is
have no idea what I would make my name if I wasn't Sparkles. My old screen name was Buffy Fan A. That's like my gamer tag on Xbox. And it was because I loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the A at the end stood for Adriana. But I made that when I was like 7. Like
That would have been, yeah, like that's, I feel like we all have the horrible screen names. Like mine was Curly Cool Hair. Obviously I am bald now, so it doesn't really apply. But like, I feel like I wish I had one more instead of Squatting Dog, because stuff blew up with Squatting Dog. And now I'm like, well, guess I'm Squatting Dog
You're
now.
stuck.
Yeah, exactly. That was great though. How do you feel about hip fire as a whole? Do you feel really warmed up?
Yeah, it was fun.
Good.
Some of the questions I was like, I don't. Like the
What
baby
would you do,
giraffe
like
one.
realistically with the baby giraffe though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, when you said, what do I do with it? I can't get rid of it. I guess I would just keep it.
I know, but would you like train it to be like a circus animal eventually? Like,
No,
when
it would be
starts
like
growing?
it'd be my little house pet with my dog. They would just be friends.
But what if it grew? It was going to outgrow your ceilings.
He could sit in the hallway where the stairs come up.
He just stays there the whole time. You'd have to make a
Yeah.
really big door so he could go outside, or like a window so he could come into your
Yeah.
stream room. That'd be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That's
I think it'd be
amazing. Sparkles, could you tell us, for those that are listening that might not know you, which would be a shame, could you tell us your origin name of SparklesQT, how you came up with it, and why you chose that?
I was playing World of Warcraft, and I played a Blood Elf Paladin, and the Blood Elves are just very cute. Like, so that's where I came up with the QT. And then, like, I healed. I was a Holy Paladin. So when they heal, the animation's very sparkly. So I just did Sparkles. I think maybe SparklesQT was taken, so I put an underscore just so I could have the name. But that's where it came from.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't realize you were a World of Warcraft player. Do you still play, or is that kind of like Fortnite just taking over everything?
I haven't played WoW, like, for years. I haven't played. It's a fun game. It's just very addicting, and there's a lot. It's very time consuming. So it's just like I would rather do other things, and it costs a lot of money.
Okay.
It's like a monthly thing.
What's your gaming history? Like, if you were to take me through the eras of the games that you've played up until Fortnite, like what would you say those are?
Like from the beginning.
Yeah.
My dad, when I was young, probably like I want to say probably like 7. He pulled out the Nintendo 64, like the old one, and he put Mario in, like the old Mario where you would save the princess, and we would play that. And then after that, he had his Sega. We would play Sonic. And then after that, he got the Xbox for me, like the black Xbox with the
big one.
Yeah, so we would play that, and we played Halo. I was literally in like 2nd grade playing Turok and Halo, and I had a newspaper article. They were like so interested in me because I said when I was little, I said I liked killing things.
Oh my gosh.
The teacher was afraid of me. So they had to talk to my parents because I was crazy. So I would play Turok and Halo, and then I got the 360, and like in between there, I was also playing like the Game Boy consoles, like or the Game Boys. Whenever those would come out, I would get them. I got the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One. I would play Gears of War was my game. Like that's what I played. Like in high school and like I would play Gears of War 1. And then when they came out with the Ultimate Edition, which is like a remastered Gears of War 1, that's all I played. So I played Gears of War, and I had, Call of Duty, Overwatch. I played everything. And then I got a computer. My cousin, he talked me into getting a computer because he played World of Warcraft, and I wanted to play. So I bought a computer, and I played World of Warcraft for a while. And then I can't remember. I think I was in my college dorm at that point. And I saw Twitch, and I saw people playing, like, it was Valkyrie. I saw her playing, like, Fortnite, and Ninja was playing Fortnite. And I was like, oh, that looks fun. Like, streaming looks fun. So eventually, I moved back home, and I started streaming. But I was playing mostly, like, Dead by Daylight at the time. Like, that was, like, an easy game to, like, stream and talk and meet people. And then I started playing Fortnite, basically.
That's awesome. So you pretty much went through all of gaming. Like, you didn't really miss anything. Like, you were in deep.
Yeah, I've always been in deep.
That's great. And then is your whole family into gaming? Like, you mentioned your dad. Is this like a whole family thing? Or
I don't have siblings. So I think my dad introduced me, like, to playing the console with him because I didn't have, like, growing up, I didn't have, like, sisters and brothers to, like, do things with. So me and my dad would play, campaign modes together.
That's so cool. I think like families that come together with gaming is so cool. Like my parents both played like StarCraft and Warcraft.
Okay.
And so that's how I got into it, was like my parents were like, "Hey, we're gonna involve our children into this," which was really rad. PM, was that true for you as well, or?
I was just gonna say, meanwhile, my dad took an axe to my Xbox when I was 13.
Oh my gosh.
So
That's okay. My dad picked up one of my chairs and threw him at the wall. I had this like big plastic chair and he was like, "Get off Xbox." And I was like, "I don't want to." And he picked up my chair and just threw it at the wall and broke it. And I was like, okay.
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
I come from a house of I have 3 siblings, and then we have a revolving door of best friends that would come. Like, we were the house that everyone would come to, you know, to like hang out. And so we just had people sleeping over all the time on weekdays and weeknights. But we would be playing FIFA, 2K, Call of Duty, Halo, anything you can name that's like competitive. And it would get to points where we would like start throwing controllers at each other because we were getting upset. And so my dad got fed up, and we had this deck that overlooked our driveway, and he made us go stand up there, and he put the Xbox in the driveway and just took an axe and just swung at it and just broke it into pieces.
Oh my God.
And I told him 2 years ago, I was like, "Dad, you know, if you didn't do that, I probably would have been Ninja by now. Like, I probably would have been a multi-million-dollar streamer, but you killed that dream of me being a gamer." And he's like,
"It's
"Whatever.
all your fault."
So,
you owe me millions, Dad.
Exactly.
You owe me millions. Well, that's awesome. I just think of the meme or not the meme, like the real video of the guy that like lawnmowers over like the Xbox and all of his games because he needs a job or something. I'm like, geez.
Oh God.
I feel like everybody has one of those moments where like the family is like, we're gamers, but also you need to do your chores, you know?
Yeah.
I was FIFA 14 had me in a chokehold. I don't know if you guys ever played that game, but Ultimate Team was a big portion of that game where you essentially open up these packs and create a team. It's gambling. Let's put it this way: it's gambling,
child gambling.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I was just out of college, all of my money went towards these FIFA packs, and it was bad. Like, for 2 years, I was just spending all this money on this game because all my friends were playing it. Eventually I was like, I'm done. And I just sold my Xbox for like $50 and I was like, I'm done. And Fortnite was the reason why, 3 years later, that I came back to gaming.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
it's crazy. I feel like Fortnite is just such an anomaly in terms of like people just get so infatuated with it, and we'll dive into all of that. But before we do, Sparkles, like, could you tell us a little bit of how you got into Fortnite content creation? I know you mentioned like picking it up and like buying a computer and all that, but like what got you really into like streaming it and consistently streaming it and now being full time in it?
Definitely like Valkyrie. Like, I would watch her play and it just looked so fun. And I was like, wow, I think this would be fun. So I would try it. And I'd play, and, I was really bad. I mean, I guess everybody was really bad at the time when we all started playing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But it was just so fun, and I kept playing, and I finally got my first win, and I was like, wow, this is fun. And I just wanted to keep playing and playing.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, have you looked at, like, do you have old clips of you playing, like, back in the day? Oh my gosh. It's really cringy watching, like I looked back at some of my stuff, and I was like, it's like we did not know what we had in front of us in terms of builds. We didn't know piece control wasn't even close to a thing. It was like you put up a wall and then you crouch next to the wall. Like, that was gameplay, Like, you just, like, if you didn't have any cover, wall, maybe a ramp, but that's it. And then like it got more and more creative, and then it's wild to see that evolution over time.
Well, there was no creative, so that's why I would just sit there and play solos all day. I would be like, well, that's how I got better and better and better, just consistently playing solos and losing millions of times.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The amount of times you just have to deal with like dying and then going, like, what do I do with that? Like, I got to pay attention to what I can do better. And then you improve and improve. People with that attitude, I feel like, have a lot more success in Fortnite than people that are like, dumb game, like, I'm out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you were building up your Twitch, who were the people that you started playing with? Like, who did you gravitate towards? How did you end up going outside of solos? Did you ever go outside of solos? Like, what does that look like for you?
I played a lot with Alexia Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Me and her would play a lot with the Sievers.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do duos or trios with them. And then I met like Paul
Mm-hmm.
and Trevor May. And I kind of like, they would play with me sometimes. Alexia, I played with Alexia a lot, I feel, and a Sievers the most. So that's who I played with, basically.
Paul was hysterical when he used to play. Oh my gosh.
We would make fun of each other so much. Like, he was so fun to play with.
Yeah, I came in with Paul and that crew when Paul was like leaving. Like he was more like, I can't hang anymore. I'm not having fun and I'm just getting like hysterical and broken. And that's when I came in and I was like, hey, let's play more. Come on. And he was just like, I'm good. I'm out.
Yeah.
I feel like once builds started to take off, creative came out, like there was this massive jump between being like decent at the game, or at least would get a win occasionally, to you're not getting any wins unless you do the following, like practice and creative, like all these different things. Kids were getting so intense about it that it was like very hard for a lot of casual players to keep up, because you would have like a moment where like you're like, I don't know, a dad, right? Like, and you're playing on the weekend, and there's like people that are like you, and then there's this one kid that you can't even shoot because he has builds going up everywhere, and that guy is kind of like, I'm not having fun anymore.
Right.
And then they introduced bots, and then it's just been this ongoing unraveling until we reach like, I think zero builds, which I think brought a lot of people back. Do you have a preference between the two that you play, builds or zero builds?
I play all builds.
All builds. Now, why? What keeps you in the build category versus the zero build category?
So what I didn't like was, I don't like being forced to play something. Like when they first introduced builds, they ruined pubs. Like I could not play solos because they took out building. Remember?
Right. Yep.
That made me so like, that just like turned me off from wanting to play it.
Oh, really?
Oh, I was like, I don't like being told. Yeah, I felt like I was being forced to do something I don't want to do. And arena, like people are like, just play arena. And I'm like, I didn't want to. I just wanted to play casuals. I like playing fills, you know, like duo fills, trios. And I wanted to just talk to people and build and have fun. And like me being forced to do something I don't want to do, like turned me off from it. And arena's just too sweaty. Like I just want to chill and talk.
Right.
So that's like one thing I didn't like.
I didn't realize that was the thing for you. Do you think like if you had the option,
I
you
feel
would have
like
probably played it more?
Like if they would like introduced it and left everything how it was, I would have been like, oh, like that's cool. Like that's a cool option. Maybe I'll try that. But like making me do something I don't want to do, I was just like, no, I don't want to do it. But also I just enjoy builds because I came to Fortnite like because I thought building is what makes Fortnite. Right. So for me, that's why I enjoy playing Fortnite, and I just feel like zero builds does not feel like Fortnite.
Yeah, it does feel different.
Boat.
But I always say I don't mind people playing it. I think it's awesome that it brought people back, but it's not something I want to play. But like if a friend, like friends were like, "Do you want to play zero build?" Like for a little bit, I'd be like, "That's fine." Like for me, it's like playing a round of zombies with a group of friends. I can only play for so long. And then I gotta go back.
Totally.
Have you ever played with the friend group that you know isn't good, and they're gonna put you into the no builds, right? And you're like, yeah, cool, I'll play 2 games. And then all of a sudden you're at the end, it's like 8 or 9 people left, right? And you're like, okay, all my teammates are knocked, and here I am trying to bob and weave bullets behind trees. And you die, and then you just sit there and you go, I'm gonna go play builds, and you just leave the group. You're like, I need to step away from this and go do something I'm good at. Like I've done that so many times.
That sounds like my fiance when we used to play, and like I remember one situation we were playing, but this was builds. I blew him up with an RPG and got him killed, and he was like, this was when we were long distance. He was like, I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah, just walk away.
Like bye.
And I was like, okay. We'll see you later.
I've rage quit more on no builds than I ever had on builds.
Really?
Yeah, just simply because I just don't think this game is meant to have no builds in a lot of situations, and it could be so frustrating when you get one guy who has the the truck that's loaded with everything that bulldozes through everything,
Yeah,
and you're like, I'm in the open now, I can't do anything,
Yeah.
and then you're just dead.
I also feel like they keep adding so many items that cater to zero build, in my opinion. So like the bush they just added, like I don't see myself ever using that in builds, and I don't see myself using the shield ever. Sure. Like I just feel like it should be separate loopholes as well. There's a lot of things.
I made this comment on the podcast, I think when No Builds first came out, how I feel like, or I guess it was a month later, how I felt like a lot of the things they were bringing in, whether it was like the cover thing that you can throw down, or even the shield, or even the shield bubble, I was like, wow, it's almost like they're trying to bring in builds. It's almost like they should just make building the only thing. It's like they're bringing in like shield, cool, protect you from bullets, cool, shield bubble, protect you.
Saying.
Why not just build? You already have the component. Now you're just adding more stuff to it, and it just makes things more complicated and confusing.
Yeah.
Like this game's core. Don't get me wrong. I love No Builds, and I love the people that play it, and I think it's fun in certain areas. But the reason why this game appeals to so many people still to this day is because of the building aspect, and that has not been replicated by any game so far.
Except like a mobile game.
Yeah. So,
but I even in comp, right? If you watch a zero build comp, and you've played in a few of these, Sparkles, it's like people have portaforts. Like if you don't have portaforts, you're gone. You're done. It's over. It's because you can't rely on things like a bush, because a bush can get RPG'd or Excalibured, or like that house you're in can get sprayed down. Like you need to be able to build. Like that is the key element of Fortnite. And I feel like what's interesting about this chapter is that they really truly made a zero build map over a build map.
Yep.
But I wonder if we don't know these things, but I wonder if Fortnite has just a massive amount of people playing zero builds right now for that to cause that, right? Like, otherwise I don't think that there would be this much attention to shields, bubble shields, portafortresses, all these different things. Like, I don't think those would be a thing unless there's just got to be so many people playing zero builds.
I mean, I watch like there's streamers like Zemi plays and Ranger and all them, and they always have, thousands of people watching them. So zero build must appeal to a lot of people. Right?
Even Tfue. I feel like Tfue has like 14K easy on zero builds.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating to me. For you, Sparkles, like it's been crazy to see you grow over like even just this last like year. I feel like you have just been growing significantly. Could you tell me of like a moment for you where things kind of shifted as a content creator and you saw this growth spurt and you were like, this is kind of cool, this is awesome? Was it a moment, or do you feel like it's been the consistency? But what would you kind of say was the catalyst for some of the growth that you've seen recently?
Honestly, I think you knew, I was in SOAR at one point. Leaving that and joining Queens, which is an agency, was probably the best decision I've ever made for my career. They have helped me so much, like, with like growth with like sponsors and like the billboard thing, getting me in the American Eagle tournament. Like, that's because of my agency, But like consistency on my end has also helped me a lot, and TickTok. Using TickTok, making clips. I've recently just been editing my own TickTok clips, like in the past month or so. I learned how to use Adobe, and I think that has helped so much, bringing new people to the stream, and consistency on my end.
Yeah, I feel like you've been ridiculously consistent. But you mentioned TikTok. For content creators out there that aren't using that as a tool, like what makes TikTok so helpful for you to utilize it? Like what's, because I talked to Swearin, and Swearin's just like, he hates it.
He's ugly. I call him ugly because he won't post.
He just doesn't like TikTok at all. He just thinks it's the worst thing. He doesn't want to add to this like short form content.
He thinks it's stupid that a TikTok where I'm like, oh my god, a heavy shotgun gets like 200,000 views. It's the easiest content you could make. Like, it's the easiest thing, and if you're not doing it, you're silly.
Yeah. So what would you tell someone like Swearing who's like, no, it's stupid. Why would I do it? Like, what benefits does like TikTok have for you bringing an audience over to like something like Twitch?
It's a lot of growth. Building, it's, I try to tell Swearing, it's like marketing as well. Like, if you're looking at it as a business perspective, it's growth for your TikTok, which if, like a company could approach you, they see you're growing on there and offer you money, like a sponsorship. That's one thing that's very important that he's not doing. And growth to the stream, like going live on TikTok. I know there's a lot of like rules, like would probably get banned. But if you could stream and not curse as much, I mean, I haven't been banned yet.
Yeah.
And I have definitely said a couple swear words, and I've talked about like random things that probably get me banned. I don't know how I haven't gotten banned yet, but it's growth. It helps. It helps your stream 100%. And I think if someone tried it for like a month and they didn't see any growth, then I guess don't do it. But I'm someone that I like to utilize all of my social medias. I think it's very important to post on everything.
Do you post everything on everything?
Yes.
Or are you strategic about what you post where?
Like, if I make a clip I made of the new Epic skin with clips of my Excalibur shot, I posted it on my Instagram reel, the same one, Instagram reel, TikTok, and it's going to go on my YouTube shorts later. Like, it's easy, if it's like a sponsored thing where I'm only supposed to do it on like a specific thing, then I would only do it on a specific thing. But normally if I make a clip, it goes on everything, because why not?
Yeah, that's great. I also think there's probably a lot of people listening that are curious about agencies, because I feel like not too many people have an agent or an agency that helps with that type of stuff. You have had 2 that you've been through, right?
Just one agency.
Oh, just one. What was the other one you had mentioned?
Soars and Org.
Okay, an Org. Got
yeah.
it. What would you recommend to somebody who is like, oh, I've never heard of this before? How would they go about finding one, and what benefits could they offer, and what things should they be concerned about in looking for those things as well?
It's a difficult topic because for me, I was very lost. I didn't know where to look. I did some like research of my own. I looked on Twitter. I know if you go to like Pokey or like Valkyrie, they have an @ with their agent in it. Yeah. So, you can find agents. If they're going to message you back, that's I don't know. So, I messaged Pokey's rep. I saw somebody named Tay AFK, and she's also an agent. She is the one that signed Chica, I'm pretty sure, to LG. So I saw both of them. I messaged them because I was like, worst that can happen is they're just not going to respond.
Right.
So I, like said a really nice message. I was like, hi, I'm just interested in having a conversation. Like, what are you looking for in a streamer? Like, could we have a Discord call just to ask questions? Because I didn't know anything about agencies either. So Tay wrote me back, and I'm pretty sure I might have got her contact from Alina. See, it's also like networking, like, like friends help other friends. Yeah.
Yep.
So I had a call with her, and she was extremely nice talking to me. And she's like, I don't normally ever like message people back, but she's like, I had a good feeling about you. And I was like, oh, okay. So we started talking, and she introduced me to Queens. She's like, I want you to meet Queens GG. I think that you'd like them. I'm like, okay. So I started talking to people in Queens, and I had to have a call with like everybody. It was like it was like a big business meeting, and they had to decide if they liked me.
Oh my gosh. That's
that's
super intimidating.
I get thrown into like a video call with like 10 people, and like they're big names, they're not like, so I was like, oh, like, and telling them my story just like I'm telling you guys. And they liked me and they signed me, but it's a little different than like comparing it to like an org. I would say like an org is more like well, there's esport teams on the org, right? And they're paying you. You probably have like a monthly payment. Where an agency, you're not getting a monthly payment like that. You're getting sponsors brought to you, but they also get a portion, you know, because they're the ones bringing you your sponsors. So that's the difference. If they're not bringing you anything, you're not making money. But if you're in an org, you are making money monthly, which an org can also bring you sponsors as well. But they can also lock you out of things like if an org is sponsored with, I don't know, Stanley Cup.
Oh gosh, here we go.
You can't get an offer from Yeti.
Whereas
if you have an agency, you're not locked into anything, and you can have a sponsored stream with Stanley, and then next month work with Yeti.
Are you sponsored by Stanley?
Sounds like you want to be sponsored by Stanley.
Oh my gosh. We talked about this off air for those that are listening. My wife has the same mug. And I hate it. I hate it so much only because it's super top heavy. And so if anything, like the wind blows in like just a little bit, it falls over and water goes everywhere. And I'm just like, why do we have this thing? But they're like, I feel like they're everywhere. You can't even buy them online. Like,
no.
I want to bring this full circle about the conversation with TikTok. That's the reason why, right? Like this
TikTok,
this is the
Correct.
TikTok cup. Like this is what people saw on TikTok and what they wanted for Christmas, which to me, it looks like one of those 1990 drinks that you get at like the 7-Eleven for the 3XL big gulps. Like nothing about it is appealing. If anything, it looks like you drive a truck for a living. Like it just doesn't look good. But like everybody wants one because TikTok made you think that everybody wanted one.
I want one.
Swearing, if you're listening to this, you can use this as a metric for why you need to be on TikTok.
You can be sponsored by Stanley.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. He's not cool enough to have a Stanley.
That's what my wife says about me. She's like, you're not cool enough to have one. What
happened to Hydro Flask? Why is everyone now hating Hydro Flask?
I never had a Hydro Flask. I have Yetis and my Stanley.
You've never had a Hydro Flask?
Nope. I never had one.
I go by Corkle.
Okay.
Stance.
Right. I've had multiple Hydro Flasks throughout my whole life, so that's my big cup of choice.
I never got into that.
That's like kind of campy vibes, like right?
Yeah.
Like REI-ish.
I mean, I'm born and raised in Portland, Oregon, so you can kind of get the gist on that.
Oh, the beard's legit then.
Yeah, so it's a very hippie outdoor town. So Hydro Flask was like the cool thing like 20 years ago, and everyone's like, we got a Hydro Flask.
Did you decorate yours?
I did the first time I got it, but I have not done that since. No,
okay.
But I've dropped that thing so many times, and I swear it sounds like a gunshot goes off every time you drop it. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, everybody, I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean to.
It's my Hydro Flask.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of impressive things about you. I think, like, first of all, like I think you do such a great job of drawing people in and being welcoming. Like anytime I come by your stream, either you or your chat is just like so welcoming and so kind. And I just want to double down on this. Like if you are looking for a community, check out SparklesQT. They're all incredible. But I'm curious for you in everything you've accomplished so far. I know you've accomplished quite a bit. What are you most proud of? What's something that you're just like, you feel like you are most proud of accomplishing? And we'll dive into some of the things that are awesome to talk about and brag about you about. But like for yourself, like what would you say you're most proud of in what you've accomplished in this industry?
Oh man, that's hard because like I love having my locker bundle. The billboard's really cool, and the Pizza Hut commercial is really cool.
So cool.
It's really hard. I mean, honestly, I think the billboard I'm really like proud of. Like I've never thought like I would be on a billboard in Times Square, you know, like ever. Like I think that's a huge accomplishment. Probably that, I think. I mean, if I ever would get an icon skin, that would overtop it. Totally. But yeah, probably that.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. So what did that whole process lead up to for that to happen? Like, what did that behind the scenes, like, what needed to kind of happen so that when that moment was portrayed, you're like, I'm sure I would be teary-eyed or cry, but like, what happened behind the scenes for all of it?
The crazy thing is, I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It was a surprise. So the reason it was up there was because I won the Zero Build American Eagle streaking tournament, which was whoever had the longest kill streak won. And I don't know what I had. I had like 40 something kills in Zero Build. I don't know, without dying. And I beat everybody. And I wasn't told that I was going to get a billboard for winning. It was, and my agency was like, they just put it up. We didn't know they were going to do it this day, or we would have had you like flown out there, you know, like to go see it in person. But yeah, it was a surprise. And I got a picture from, it was an N pen on the other side. He's like, did you know you're on the billboard beside me? And I was like, no, like what? So luckily someone sent me pictures and I was able to get the pictures, but yeah, it was really cool.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. So were you just streaming?
I think I got off stream and I was going to have dinner. Like I was just like picking up food and I like looked at my phone and I was like, what the heck? And I messaged my agent and he's like, it was supposed to be a surprise.
That's crazy cool.
Yeah.
I like that even makes it so much better. I feel like that would, I don't know what I would do if I like was just like walking down the street and looked at a billboard and was like, huh,
it's me.
There I am. Like that's kind of surreal. What did that feel like to know that like hundreds of thousands of people were going to see your face up on a billboard?
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling. I don't know. I think just seeing it in person would have been better, but
was it up for more than 24 hours or how long was it?
I think 3 days.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did it say code SparklesQT on it or something?
It just said Sparkles_QT, and then it had my agency Queens GG under it. And then the picture of me, I was in the American Eagle boxers.
Oh yeah.
And I think I was holding a controller. Taking a picture like that.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then for those that are listening and don't know, she also is in a commercial, which is also incredibly awesome. Tell us a little bit about that and how that happened and what that was like behind the scenes.
So I knew about that before TwitchCon. Maybe like a month before TwitchCon, and I got a message from Twitch. And they were interested in me doing that commercial because it was like between me and somebody else. And they're like, Sparkles is obsessed with Pizza Hut. She's doing it. So they were like, are you interested? And I said, yeah. And then when I went to TwitchCon, I talked to a couple of the Twitch people about it, the staff that were there. They're like, we're so excited to have you. And then they flew me out to LA in, I think it was November I went. Okay. November, I think, because wasn't TwitchCon October?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I flew out end of November. And
I remember you saying that you were coming back to California, but
LA.
you didn't talk about why. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to tell anybody.
Yeah.
So, they flew me and Impy out, my fiance, and we stayed in a hotel in LA. And the studio was like right down the street, so it wasn't that bad. So, we Ubered to the studio, and I got there at 8 a.m. We started at 9 a.m. And I think I left at 7 p.m. at night.
Whoa. Okay.
So I was there all day. And the process of making me old took so long. And there was so much stuff on my face, like the prosthetics. And
oh my gosh.
She had like tissues on me, like to make me look wrinkly, and like silicone. And I had to wear that on my face for like 4 hours.
Wow.
Because I had to go from being old first. We filmed the old scenes first because it was the more difficult scenes. And then we did it in reverse, so then I got young and did all those scenes.
That's so fun that you got to be old.
Yeah.
Like, how does it work with sweat? I feel like I would sweat it all off.
No, I wasn't sweaty at all.
Oh, great. Okay,
I was itchy. It was like
interesting.
It was like I wanted to like itch it off so bad, and then like taking it off, it was like it came off in one piece, like a mask.
No.
And it was like pulling like my little like peach fuzz on my face, and I was like, this hurts so bad. But they tried their best like to do it slow.
What was Infy doing there? Was he just like giggling off in the corner and eating pizza?
No, he was watching with like the producers and stuff, and they were all laughing at me because I don't remember. Do you remember in San Diego when I was like, when everyone was out at the bars and I was like, I want food. Like I wanted food, and I was like throwing a fit, and I was like, "There's no cheese sticks." So all these like big producers were like sitting there, and I was like, "If you want cheese sticks or mozzarella sticks, don't go to San Diego. Like there's no cheese sticks in San Diego." So he was like, "I can't believe she's saying all this stuff in front of these people," but they thought I was hilarious. So
that's good. Did you get pizza, or was it? Like, did you actually eat pizza during a Pizza Hut commercial, or
it was like for the they had a Pizza Hut cooking fresh pizzas, and they were bringing them in like crazy because if the boxes like got oil on them, like if I touched one and it got like messed up, it was toss it. You know, like we can't use that for the commercial.
They're just giving it to Iffy. He's like, I'll take it.
the pepper. They had like a food specialist. She's like does like she went to school for chemical engineering, and that was her specialty, to like set the food up. So she made sure the pepperonis were perfect. The pizza was like, it came like straight, like it wasn't floppy or flimsy. Wow.
It's like art.
It is art. And they had me one scene, I had to take a bite of the pizza. And I was like, I don't mind pepperoni, but like after a while I can't eat pepperoni, so I had to start like spitting the pepperoni out every take. I was like, I can't eat this much, but I was getting full too, and they're like, tell her she doesn't have to eat more. So
like, it's okay, we've already fed you a lot.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. And so you're notorious for liking pineapple on pizza. We asked you pineapple not on pizza or pineapple not on pizza, and you still put pineapple on it during Hipfire. What's your obsession with pineapple and pizza, and why are you wrong about that?
I'm not wrong. It's good. Because listen, if I don't get pineapple and cheese, I don't get anything else. Like I just get cheese. So like, wouldn't you rather me have at least one topping on my pizza?
I guess.
Like I'm very picky. So I don't know. I don't like ham on it. It just has to be pineapple and cheese.
Really? And that's your ideal pizza? Is your pineapple, cheese, and whatever sauce? Yeah.
And I do like white garlic pizza.
Okay.
I'll eat that. But like just cheese and pineapple.
Interesting. I just like to myself, like the reason why it's weird for me personally is what other fruit is on pizza ever?
Pears, apples.
Pears?
Yeah, you ever seen pears?
Is it because you don't like...
on a pizza?
No.
Do you not like warm fruit? Like the thought of a fruit being warm?
No.
Then what about, do you like apple pie?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I do actually like apple pie.
Well, then you're eating a warm apple.
That's true. But there's something about that.
She had that loaded. I just want to say
she was ready. I mean, she probably gets this all the time. So I'm the one that's going to be in trouble asking the questions here for sure. I'm like rethinking everything in life now. Thanks a lot.
No, if you want to see Sparkles Pizza, just go to her Twitter. I think, what is it, every Friday you post it, right?
Like, mostly like every Friday, unless I go do something.
There's some Fridays, I swear, where you take it personally and you do like 3 times the amount of pineapples just to see the response, because
it's just a plate of pineapple like pile.
I love pineapple pizza. Like I love Canadian bacon and pie. I love all pizza. There isn't a single pizza that I don't love. Like I will eat pizza. Pizza's fantastic, but there is a fine line when there is just too much pineapple. And I'm like, okay, this is a little too much.
Sometimes I'll do extra.
I think you push that sometimes. That's for sure.
It's good.
Yeah, I just can't think of like any other fruits. I've never tried pear on pizza, but it just feels weird that there's this one fruit that's just the exception, you know? Like to me, that's just weird. It's like, I'm not putting apples on it. I'm not putting bananas on my pizza. It just like feels like another fruit that doesn't belong there to me. But it's not that it doesn't taste bad. I would have to have ham though. I couldn't do cheese.
Yeah, you need the
pineapple.
salty. You need the salty
like,
with the sweet.
Yeah, I think I would need some sort of meat in there.
Do you like pineapple, like teriyaki sauce, like that kind of thing with chicken?
Yeah, I mean it makes sense as you say it. It makes a lot of sense, Sparkles. But I guess there's just something inside of me that just feels like it's wrong. You know, like
I think that might just be engraved in your head from other people.
Maybe. I'm just
internet.
A follower, just a sheep.
Yep. But you've tried it?
I have tried it.
Okay. Well, there's people that hate it that say like that have never tried it.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that. Like I love olives on pizza. A lot of people don't like olives on pizza. But like I love olives on pizza. Like if I could have an ideal pizza, it would be it would be like a pizza, cheese. It would have bacon bits, and it would have olives, and that's delicious to me.
I used to just love the meat pizzas. Like I'm talking about throw every bit of meat you can on there. And then when me and my wife went to Italy this past year, I think my whole perspective on pizza changed.
Oh my gosh.
And now I'm just like, give me the margarita that is just like pure classic margarita. Like it just give me that 10 times out of 10. But if I'm here, like so when I was growing up, we used to get pizza all the time. And I mean, you have 5 little kids in a house, all boys. Your mom was just like, here's 3 extra large pizzas and have a day.
We're going to Costco.
Yeah, exactly. No, they would write us thank you notes for the continued service because we would be there so often. And all the pizzas would just be the extra large, all meat pizzas. And we would have like 8 or 9 slices each. And that's like what we grew up on. Yeah, we're all like 6'4" and just massive people, simply because of that. So pizza's my life.
Well, it's good to have discourse. I mean, if you're listening to this and you agree with either of us, just let us know in the comments. I'm sure.
But if you don't like pineapple, then you're wrong. That's
yeah. Pineapple's so good.
I don't know about that, but so let's circle back outside of the pizza realm. That's incredible. All of your accomplishments. So cool to see like someone like you just like absolutely killing it. I think you are looked up to by a lot of people. Do you happen to have like any like advice to those that like look up to you and want to do content creation and want to kind of follow in your footsteps? Like, what would you say to a listener that just like loves you and wants to kind of be like you? Like, what would you say to those people?
Like if they want to start streaming and stuff?
Yeah, like content creation, streaming, yeah.
I would say like one thing I didn't do that I should have done when I started was YouTube right away. Like you should be very consistent, like on everything. I always tell people you should 100% be posting YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, TikTok, and be live on Twitch. Because if you're just streaming on Twitch, you're not going to grow. Yeah. You have to put yourself out on other platforms as well. So that's like my biggest advice. Like you have to be on everything and Twitter. Whether it's, just posting like a good morning picture with Yoshi or like pizza or like something, something to get your name out there, anything.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's good. I agree. I think like as a whole, Twitch doesn't do a great job of helping you with your own growth.
No.
I feel like other social medias do that way better.
No. Well, I mean, Twitch is a lot of luck too. I always say that. It's a lot of luck.
Absolutely. So what accomplishments are you hoping for the future for you? Like we've talked about some that you've already accomplished. Is there things that you're looking forward to in the future of content creation and streaming that you would like to accomplish?
Yeah, definitely. My biggest one is I would love to join 100 Thieves. Like that's where I want to be. I want to be at the 100 Thieves one day, and an icon skin in Fortnite. So those are definitely the 2 of my top.
We're going to manifest that for 2023, which is like
2023.
Oh yeah, 2024. Whatever. 2024. But yeah, like I feel like that's good. Those are some good goals. I feel like it's really important to have goals as content creators too, like to set yourself for something, which is really great. So let's talk a little bit about Fortnite in the pod. We're going to transition a little here. PM is known for his poor takes. I was curious, Sparkles, do you have any poor takes about Fortnite that you would like to share? Something that maybe is more specific to you and what you think and how you would shape the game that would be awesome for you selfishly. Like what you would change for you selfishly. Yeah.
For me, I mean, I would give myself 0 ping if I want to be selfish. Nobody else has 0 ping, only me. And let's see how that works for everybody else. That sounds
real nice. That sounds real nice. How much ping do you get?
I think like 25.
Okay. I'm around there too. I wish that I had lower for sure. And then if I play on East, it's like 90, 80.
Oh, yeah, you're West. Okay.
Yeah.
I get like 10.
Ooh.
10 or 11.
Good.
Yeah.
I had 7, and all of a sudden now I have 25.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know why.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know if they're moving the servers around or what, but
my poor take would be give me a shotgun off spawn every time. I am notorious for not finding a helpful weapon at the first like 3 minutes of my game. I'm running around like a chicken with its head cut off, and I just want a shotgun, just a gun
Right.
that does damage to another person that isn't the heavy. I would love that, but for me, that's just the card I've been given.
So you think you should be landing with a shotgun?
Yeah,
it's in your inventory?
Yes, I think I should have a shotgun in my pocket. I don't care about the rarity. Just have a shotgun would be nice. I even like reboot van. I'm more efficient jumping out of a reboot van with a pistol than I am dropping regularly anywhere on the map because I just can't find anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to Fortnite, we have this segment. Me and PM love this. It's called Good, Bad, Mid.
Okay.
Good. What is something good in Fortnite? What is something not as good in Fortnite? And then what is something mid, which PM deems is worse than bad because mid.
Do I need to explain this again? Do I need to? Yeah.
We might have to. Yeah.
Okay. Just for context. So good and bad are very polarizing. So good, obviously it's a good thing. Bad, polarizing because usually when something is really bad, people want to see how bad that thing is. Like we all love dumpster fires. We're like, oh my God, I need to go see that like in action. So there's care behind the bad. Like there's a bad movie, you're like, oh, it's so bad, go watch it. You're like, cool, I'll go do that. When you're mid, you're just forgotten about, right? Like we've all heard about the movie that no one cares for, the song no one cares about, the whatever no one cares about. It's mid. So mid to me is worse than bad because truly you are useless and no one cares about you. So that's why mid is worse.
Got it. Okay.
So let's start with good.
Okay.
Chapter 4, Season 1. What's good, you guys?
Excalibur and the hammer.
So you like the new items.
Oh,
with the season.
Oh, yeah.
So why is it good?
The Excalibur is so fun. It's just, with having no snipers, I go for the mythic every time. But it's a one-shot headshot, which I agree is always good.
Yeah.
I think you should, if you hit someone in the head, they should die. But Excalibur is my favorite. Hammer is very good for mobility.
Yep.
If they were like, we're going to make it so we can't smash people and do damage, I don't care. As long as I have mobility, I'm completely fine with that. It should be 4 charges, though.
Okay.
I think they screwed up on that point.
The nerf, you didn't agree with that. Okay.
I like mobility.
Yeah. I think if you don't have mobility in this season, you're dead. So
it's too slow.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
So,
and as a content creator, you're trying to entertain. So you're trying to go from fight to fight to fight to fight as soon as possible to entertain those that are watching you.
Right. I'm not trying to walk.
Right. Exactly. Nobody's trying to walk. That was back in Chapter 1, Season 1, you know?
Right. I like the augments. I think the augments are very good. Depending if they fix them. Like, you know, there's things that they need to fix with them that people are exploiting.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of augments. I think those are very beneficial. I still think the gold is good. Having gold in the game to be able to heal, get heals, and buy things. I think that's good. I'm trying to think. Thunder shotgun is good.
Yep.
Thunder shotgun and the pistol.
Yep. Pistol's amazing.
That's my loadout.
Is that so? Your thunder, pistol, Excalibur, hammer, heals.
Yep. Every game.
That's probably what I do too. Yep. All right, PM, you got any good? He's holding back all the bads. You could tell.
Yeah, I got a bunch of bad and mids. That's pretty much what it is. No, the good. I mean, I would say the hammer is good. Yes, anytime you have a mobility like that is good. I just think the best mobility item they ever made was the shockwave launcher, and I don't think anything else ever rivals that. So just having the hammer makes me feel like I just want that instead. Another good, a pistol buff is cool. I never use it. I still just don't trust it. So it's whatever to me. I'm happy they brought back the scar. I just like the way it looks and sounds. So thank you. The map is pretty cool. I like the colors. That's probably, the motorcycles are really cool. I actually really love the motorcycles a lot. I love just riding around on those things. Like I'm in Midnight City Dub Edition or like Need for Speed. Like I would just like ride around those. So I love those a lot too. Yeah.
Sparkles, I have a mission for you if you choose to accept.
Okay.
I want a clip from you where you're on a motorcycle.
Okay.
You fly off.
Okay.
You pull out your Excalibur and you headshot somebody.
Okay.
I think that's your clip right there.
Okay, I can do that.
And if you do that, you're getting signed by thieves. Easy. Facts.
I'll try my best.
Calling it out right now. For me, good is going to be pretty much everything that you guys said. I agree with, minus the scar. I think it's a load of crap. I love the Unreal Engine. I feel like they did a great job. Like even in optimizing getting 240 frames or whatever you're going for, I feel like they did a decent job with Direct 12, I think it is.
DirectX 12
or 11. Yeah, they did a great job optimizing. Like I'm able to kind of move my settings where I want it to be, where it's like aesthetically pleasing and still gives me good frames. And I'm grateful for that as a content creator. But I also really love the map itself. I just think like it's fun. It's a fun map for zero builds and builds, where last map wasn't really great for zero builds. It was good for builds. So I think I enjoy that. In builds, I get myself caught a lot, like on like edges quite a bit, which is kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
But I think the trade-off of having a good zero build experience as well is worth it, in my opinion. Yeah, so those are a few for me. What about bad? What are kind of just the bad things? And it's okay. We love you, Epic Games. We still want icon skins. But like, what are the things that could use some improvement this season?
The scar. The bloom sucks on it.
Oh
I loved the scar before. Like the old scar, it was good. That if they would fix the bloom, it would be 100% better. I don't use any of the ARs, so I'm just gonna say all the ARs suck.
You don't do red dot. Well, in builds it's not as helpful, huh? Because you do
the pistol every game.
Yep.
So no ARs to me are worthless this season.
Yeah. It's either headshot or nothing, right?
Yep. Yeah. And the twin mag SMG is very bad. I don't like that one. And the little pistol SMG is bad.
So all the
pretty
SMGs,
much every other weapon, besides the 5 that you use.
Trying to think what else.
I mean, but I feel like that's like a great point, right? Because like there's a lot of bad weapons in the game, like, and they keep innovating it, and that's great. But it's like I think we're kind of exhausted at like. I'm exhausted at like running around looking for my optimal loadout. Yeah. When I know there isn't, like, there's only one.
Right.
You're going to get outclassed if you have a Maven shotgun in builds. You're going to get outclassed if you have an SMG versus a pistol. You're going to get outclassed if you don't use like the Xavier versus like any AR. Like you just get outclassed. There's a good and there's a bad option. And there's a lot of bad options in comparison to the good. It's not like there's 2 red dot guns, you know, that you could balance between, or there's, I guess there is 2 SMGs, but like, it just feels like good guns feel good and bad guns feel bad. And that polarization is tough.
I think it's bad. Like one thing that they do is having, how many shotguns do we have? 4 right now? The heavy, the thunder, the Maven, and the dub.
And the dub, yeah.
I think having that many shotguns is bad because you can't find the right one you want. Like you're saying, like that's one bad thing. I think it should be like a max of like 3 or 2 and never go any higher than that.
So what you're saying is the optimal lineup would be the pump and tack.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Well, honestly, I want the charge.
I love the charge. I love the charge. I thought it was a very balanced weapon given like, you can hear what's about to happen before it does. For that amount of damage. The pump was just unforgivable. It's just like you feel great using it, you feel bad when it's used on you, type of thing.
The pump to me, like I always relate things to basketball because it's what I played. The pump is like posterizing somebody. Like hitting someone with a 200 pump is like you just sit back and you're like, ooh,
I love
it. See, like you feel so good, and then it happens to you, and you're just like, I hate this game. Like I'm embarrassed. Like this game is ridiculous. But it's satisfying.
I think it's. The other thing that's bad is I would rather shotguns one shot. I would rather the bows one shot. Like I'd have to upgrade to a gold bow for it to one shot somebody. Yeah. Which I don't like that. So that's why I think the bows are bad too.
Interesting. I feel like nothing should one shot unless it's far away. Because if you think about it, it takes time for the thirst, right? Or a little bit at least. So like if I'm sniping and I one shot, I still have to go the distance to finish. Where if you get pumped with a one shot, the finish is like instantaneous and there's no shot for your team to really help you out.
Well, what about a solo?
Yeah, solos I would say is different. And I also think that there's like a lot of mechanics that I think should shift for solo. And then the way I would explain it is like in solos, 0 builds, as an example, we would have like, if I got shot and I eliminated somebody and I have to heal up, I don't get any shield. I don't get any siphon. I think like if you take somebody out, your shield should then just populate back up again. Like it's as if siphon, but it's just your shield. I think like in solos, that environment is so helpful because like you're getting third partied, fourth partied, fifth partied, sixth partied, and you can't heal as quickly as people come to fight you. So I think like in 0 builds, it's its own problem. And I think in builds, likewise, except you can actually put cover up and protect yourself, which is nice. But like, I think it's got to be so difficult to balance all of these things. And I think every time a new season comes out, somebody gets the better hand, right? Whether that's 0 builds or not, whether that's solo or squads or whatever. But I do think like you have a good point in terms of like close range if it's solo for sure. Yeah. What about mid? We got any like, we just kind of need this out now? Like
the DMR. And the
DMR, yes, that's a great example of mid. Like, it's forgettable.
It's
so forgettable.
Yeah,
so forgettable.
Then the dub has been in the game for like how many seasons in a row now, and I'm so sick of people using it to exploit.
Fly.
I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
Be like, where's the last guy? That's me up in the sky. Like,
sky.
Here I come.
Yeah. Like, great.
I will add a bad real quick before we finish, and that is the cooldown when the hammer strikes.
Oh.
One of the more like frustrating things is accidentally clicking it in a fight.
Yeah.
And then you're just like have you ever seen the TikToks where like something happens and it goes like black and white and it's like duh, like that goes in my head. Like I slam it and I'm like, oh, I'm dead. And then like everyone just beams me at once because they know they can get me for 4 seconds. It's terrible.
Unless you're a pro and you drop it out of your inventory quickly and then you can keep going.
I can't go to tab that quickly and pull and do all that. No.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
So yeah, that cooldown is bad to me.
Yeah, that's true. I can't think of any mids. I feel like in general this season's been a lot of fun. I feel like the only mid stuff, which is the worst of the worst in this situation, would be bugs. Like, the bugs I just think bad. Like that sucks when, especially during Christmas when you're playing so much, where there's just like it's everywhere. Like I've died to the most unfortunate ways, and it's like it's a bummer when the game just chooses you're done. And you're like, I want like kind of like you said, you like to control. Like I want to be in control of my games. Yeah. And when those things happen to me, I feel like wronged or something. So there's still a few bugs in the game that I'm like, let's get them out now, please. That'd be great. Like the running glitch where you like use the hammer and then you're just running in slow motion. You're like, guess I'll die. Yep. Like I don't know what else is gonna happen. Yep. Yeah.
Still haven't fixed that.
Nope. What about you guys? Mid?
A lot of the skins. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I've just haven't been a fan of the kind of things they've put out lately. I mean, I've said this in the pod before. I don't know who is obsessed with Billie Eilish or goth girls in general, but they need to stop recreating the same 10 skins over and over again with different variants. Like, give me something new. And my wonderful wife got me a V-Bucks gift card here for Christmas. Right here.
Send it my way, man.
No, I haven't used it yet because nothing in the item shop has gotten me intrigued at all. And this has been sitting here since the 25th. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'll just wait till something pops up.
Wait. You're telling me nothing has intrigued you?
No.
And my locker bundle is in the item shop?
I think I already have everything in there. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, any of the new stuff they've come out with doesn't matter to me. Like
he's gonna want something. Like some basketball player. It's like
I have all the NBA ones. Yes.
Cool. What about you, Sparkles? Is there anything mid?
The Deku Smash can never come back to that. I don't mind when people use it because they're easy to kill, but it's something that I'm like, I don't watch anime. So that stuff to me, I just don't care about.
Yeah, you're not cultured like us.
But what if they did a Pokemon collab?
I would like Pokemon, but like, I don't really know Naruto or like all the stuff they've come out with. I'm just like, I don't know what any of this is. Yeah.
Does your fiance watch at all?
No.
Okay.
So the problem is a lot of those shows are in like a different language.
Yeah.
I'm not reading. I don't read.
Sure.
That's too much work. Especially after reading a chat all day. And
Coming from a streamer, who reads chat. Yeah.
That's too much. I just want to sit there and watch something. Like I don't like TV shows. I like movies where I can just like watch a movie and be done.
Sure.
I don't want to spend my whole life watching a million episodes of one. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. True. I'm the opposite. I like to get invested. Like we watched Avatar 2 yesterday, and I'm so glad that was only 3 hours and nothing longer than that. So
I can't wait to watch it. I've been hearing mixed reviews on it.
I had tickets to go see it, and the person I went with, she was like, I want the XD theater, but nobody wanted to see it in 3D because we all get headaches.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead. I have a story, but go ahead.
So anyways, we get there, and the lady hands us 3D glasses, and I was like, she's like, it's XD and 3D. And I was like, oh no. So we refunded it and went and saw Megan.
We were supposed to go on Monday, and we showed up to the theater. The theater time was 4:10. The movie time was 4:10. I look on the thing and I'm like, did you buy 3D? And my wife goes, no. And I'm like, that's the only time that's available. And she goes, oh my God, I did. And I was just like, I'm not going to do 3D. Like, I'm sorry. And she was like, okay. So we had to refund, and then we went back yesterday to watch it. So
okay, yeah. I don't have any interest of that, and I've seen people watching it in 4D. I saw a TikTok, and these people were like
4D?
Shaking in their chairs.
No.
Yeah.
What? It's like spraying water in their face.
They like miss you. Your chairs are like vibrating and like shaking, and I'm like, no. Thank you.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
It's basically Avatar 1 with an extra hour of whales.
I saw your tweet on that.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. So
I like whales, so I'm in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
3 hours though. That's a long time.
That's a really long movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Sparkles, this has been awesome. Question for you, to our listeners. Is there any way that we can support you? And do you have a support a creator code that we could use if people would like to support you? Is there anything else that we can do to support you?
You can, if you want to use my code, it's SparklesQT in the item shop, same as my Twitch, or if you want to follow me on anything, everything is SparklesQT. Try to make it simple. That's very important to have your name, the same on everything. So
yeah, that's great. Cool. Thank you for being on the podcast. We really appreciate you being here. This is so fun.
Yeah,
I've learned so much about myself having you on. I feel like I'm going to go eat a pineapple pizza with new taste buds. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. And if I enjoy it, I'll let you know.
Awesome.
And if I hate it, I'll also let you know. I'm just kidding.
Well, thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
You are awesome. Thank you so much. And of course, a special thank you to everybody who's listening to the podcast. Thank you so much. Feel free to connect with us on Twitter at UnvaultedPod or at The Squatting Dog or it's PM or it's not it's but SparklesQT. Until next time, I'm Squatting Dog. We'll see you later.